The English we speak.
From BBC Learning English.
Hello and welcome to the English We Speak. I'm Feifei.
And I'm Neil. I hear we have a new recruit joining our team today.
Yes, we have. It's good to have someone new in the team.
Yes, soon he'll be able to do all those mundane tasks I usually have to do.
I hope you don't mean presenting this program.
Of course not.
Anyway, before he does anything, we need to do some onboarding.
You mean like getting on board a ship?
Sort of. Onboarding, in business terms, is about a new employee familiarising themselves with the business and ensuring they have the right skills and knowledge to do their job. So, we need to make our new recruit feel at home.
I can do that, but let's have some examples of onboarding first.
We're onboarding some new recruits today, so please make them welcome. The onboarding process includes learning this new computer software program. A familiarization day is part of our onboarding strategy for all new employees.
This is the English We Speak from BBC Learning English, and we're talking about onboarding, which is the process of a new employee getting used to the job and the business. Neil, how are you going to help with the onboarding?
I can show him where the canteen is, and where the biscuits are stored, and how the coffee machine works.
So he can make you coffee. I don't think that's how onboarding is supposed to work. It's more about learning how to do the job.
Ah, okay. I'll show him how to do all my boring tasks.
And then what will you do afterwards? Make the coffee?
Probably. Do you want one now?
Yes, please.
The English we speak.
From BBC Learning English.
Hello and welcome to the English We Speak. I'm Feifei and joining me is Rob.
Hello. Hey, Feifei, have you heard the news?
Gossip, you mean?
No, it's true. We've been given the day off. So sorry, I'm not going to hang around. I'm off to the beach.
Hold on, who says?
Neil, he said the boss told him that we've all worked so hard we don't have to work today.
It sounds like a wind-up to me. A wind-up is another way of saying a trick or joke. I'm sure Neil was joking.
April Fool, Feifei. I was joking. I wanted to trick you to see if you'd leave the office and take the day off.
Ha ha, very funny. Well, actually, I have got the day off today. So the joke is on you and it starts now. Goodbye.
Oh, Feifei, where are you going? Come back and explain what the joke is on you means, please.
Okay, Rob. When the joke is on someone, it means the person who has tried to make you look silly has ended up looking silly themselves. The joke has backfired, and now you look silly, Rob.
Point made, Feifei. Here are some more examples of this phrase in action.
Daisy laughed at my terrible dress sense until she found out I was wearing a designer dress. I guess the joke's on her now.
Ha! You thought I'd never beat your time for completing the marathon, but I have, so the joke's on you.
I know you were trying to be funny by saying I'd never pass my exam, but now you're the only one who hasn't, so the joke's on you, I'm afraid.
This is the English We Speak from BBC Learning English. And we're looking at the phrase, the joke is on someone, which means someone has tried to make someone else look silly, but ended up looking silly themselves. So, this perfectly describes you, Rob. The joke about taking a day off is on you.
I was just having a laugh for April Fool's Day. But hold on, where is everybody? The office is empty.
Not another one of your jokes.
No, seriously. Look, there's an email. It says, due to a power failure, the office is out of action. You can all take the day off. Ha! Looks like we've all got a day off after all. The joke's on you, Feifei.
Well, enjoy your free time.
Fancy going to the beach?
No thanks. Bye, Rob.
I was joking. Bye.
The English we speak.
From BBC Learning English.
Hello and welcome to the English We Speak. I'm Feifei.
And I'm Rob. Feifei, feeling hungry?
Rob, they smell amazing.
Almost there. We're having a special treat today. Waffles.
Rob is making waffles. Those lovely, crispy little cakes with raised squares on the surface.
Absolutely, my favourite. But what are we going to put on them?
Oh, that's simple. Strawberries and syrup. What about you?
OK, I'm not so sure. I mean, I used to always love them with honey and bananas, but they do taste amazing with melted chocolate or with cream. You know, I recently tried one with peanut butter. Not a good experience. I guess strawberries would be worth trying, or mango, but only if the mangoes are fresh, of course.
Rob,
Yes?
can you stop waffling on?
Ah, very clever. Perfect time to use that phrase. I do need to stop waffling on, don't I?
Yes, please. To waffle on means to talk and talk without saying anything very useful or interesting.
I am sometimes guilty of that. Let's hear a few more examples.
I think I did really badly in the interview. I wasn't sure how to answer the questions, so I just waffled on.
Meetings with Frank are frustrating. He always waffles on about unimportant things. Someone needs to have a word with him.
I used to find her blog really interesting and inspiring, but these days she just waffles on about her pet tortoise.
There we are, to waffle on. At least we don't waffle on in this programme, do we, Rob?
Well, I must admit that sometimes people have said I do talk rather a lot, especially when it's about travel or languages, which reminds me I really should book my next holiday. I've been considering Croatia, though I
Rob?
Oh, am I waffling on?
I'm afraid so.
Oh, it's waffle time.
Great. Hopefully these tasty waffles will keep you quiet for a while.
Are you saying the waffles will stop me waffling on?
Yep, now enough talk. Oh, these waffles are delicious.
Not bad, eh?
Bye.
Boy.
The English we speak.
From BBC Learning English.
Hello and welcome to the English We Speak. With me, Feifei.
And hello, I'm Neil.
Neil, was that a brand new bike I saw you arrive on today?
It was. Thank you for noticing. It's a racing bike with 21 gears and Go Faster stripes on it.
Nice. But didn't you buy a new mountain bike last week?
I did. To go with the spare one I bought last month. I love bikes.
Neil, if you don't mind me saying, you need to put the brakes on your spending.
You want me to slow down? You think I'll go too fast?
Not exactly. I'm talking about slowing down how much money you're spending. The expression put the brakes on or to put a brake on something means to stop or slow down an activity. So, Neil, would you like to hear some other people putting their brakes on something?
Will it cost me anything?
No, they're free.
We've put the brakes on our plans to expand the business. There's not enough demand anymore. Let's put the brakes on our holiday plans. We haven't got enough money at the moment. The company's putting the brakes on recruitment because of the economic downturn.
This is the English We Speak from BBC Learning English. We're learning about the phrase put the brakes on something, which means to slow down or stop an activity. And Neil, I think you're buying too many bikes. So you need to put the brakes on your spending.
Good advice, Feifei. You know what? I'm going to sell them. What do I need 3 bikes for?
Finally, Neil has listened to me. He's going to sell his bikes.
That's right. I'm going to put the brakes on cycling and start a new hobby. I'm going to get an e-scooter. Much quicker.
More spending. I'm going to put a brake on giving you advice. You never listen.
Sorry, what did you say?
Bye, Neil.
The English we speak.
From BBC Learning English.
Hello and welcome to the English We Speak. With me, Feifei.
And me, Roy.
In this programme, we have an expression which describes when someone has read the message you've sent them but hasn't replied. That reminds me, Roy, Did you get my message yesterday?
Oh, yes, I did. I read it and then totally forgot to answer you. Was it something important?
I can't believe it. You completely ignored my message. I got left unread.
What's the colour red got to do with the fact I forgot to reply? Red's actually my favourite colour.
Not red the colour, but red as in the past of read.
Ah, got you. Sorry, I didn't mean to leave you on red. It's just I was in the middle of something and then I got distracted and then...
OK, Roy, I understand. What was so important that you couldn't reply?
I was eating a really nice banana and then I just forgot. Sorry.
That's a terrible excuse. It's a good thing we're friends, or I might think you were ignoring me. Anyway, let's listen to these examples.
I can't believe I was left on red. I sent him a message and I can see he's looked at it, but he hasn't replied.
My partner always leaves me on red. They get really distracted and then don't message me back.
You shouldn't assume the worst if you get left on red. If someone reads your message and doesn't reply, they might be really busy and planning to respond later.
This is the English we speak from BBC Learning English, and we're talking about the expression left on red. We use this when someone has read a message but hasn't replied. So, were you really eating a banana and that's why you left me on red?
Yeah, sorry. Well, I was also playing video games, which might have been the main reason.
I knew it. Well, the next time I want to offer you free tickets to the Rob's Rolling Biscuits rock concert. Hopefully you'll reply and not just leave me on red.
What? Free tickets? Oh, let me read the message again. Can I still have the tickets?
Sorry, it's too late now. I gave them to Neil. He didn't leave me on red.
The English we speak.
From BBC Learning English.
Hello and welcome to the English we speak. With me, Fei.
And me, Roy.
We may sound a little different. That's because we're not able to record in our normal studios during the coronavirus outbreak. In this program, we have a phrase that means to keep talking about something, usually in a boring or annoying way. You kept talking about some band this morning. What were you banging on about?
What do you mean banging on? I wasn't hitting anything this morning with a pan. I was just talking about music with Neil.
Exactly. You were talking about it so much, and I was trying to work. Banging on about something isn't literal. And why would you mention a pan? It means you were talking about something to a level that it became annoying.
Ah, the way in which you kept talking about that film, Unicorns Eat Bananas in the Stars. You banged on about it so much last week that people left the room.
That film is amazing.
Fei, you kept giving people spoilers, and nobody went to see the film in the end because you kept banging on about everything that happened.
Well, that's your opinion, Roy. Anyway, let's listen to these examples.
My friend keeps banging on about where he's going to go when he buys his new car. It's really frustrating. That person on the bus was really annoying. She kept banging on about how the prices had gone up. Will you please stop banging on about my project? If you think you could do a better job, you can do my work for me.
This is the English we speak from BBC Learning English, and we're talking about the expression bang on about something, which is used to say that someone is talking about something so much that it is annoying or irritating.
Sorry, Fei. I didn't mean to say you were banging on about that film. Everyone did love your enthusiasm about it.
I'm sorry too, Roy. I just wanted to know more about the band you were talking about, so I found it annoying that I didn't understand.
Oh, well, next I'll tell you more about it.
That's okay. I think I've heard enough about your taste in music for one lifetime. But thanks anyway. Bye, Roy.
Bye.
The English we speak.
From BBC Learning English.
Hello and welcome to the English We Speak. With me, Fei.
And me, Roy.
In this program, we have an expression to describe when someone is very tired and has used all their energy. It can also be used for things when they're out of battery or fuel. Speaking of which, Roy, you look exhausted.
Thanks, Fei. Do I look that bad? I do feel tired, though.
Roy, you look like you're running on fumes.
You mean my car has run out of petrol? I usually say my car is running on fumes when the fuel needle shows empty, but somehow the car keeps going.
Yes, the phrase running on fumes does relate to cars, but we also use it to talk about people. You look like you have no energy, so you are running on fumes.
I suppose I am. It must be all the hard work I'm doing to help people learn English.
Hard work? I saw you sleeping at your desk the other day.
Exactly. I was so tired and running on fumes that I fell asleep.
Anyway, let's listen to these examples.
He's been working so hard at work recently, he's running on fumes. I'm worried about him.
Towards the end of the match, the footballer said she was running on fumes.
I was running on fumes yesterday. I couldn't concentrate in the meeting.
This is the English we speak from BBC Learning English. We're talking about the expression running on fumes, which describes a situation where you have no energy but you keep going. So, why else are you so tired?
Well, I have a baby and he cries a lot. I spend all night looking after him, so I have no energy.
That makes sense. Why didn't you call me to say you'd be in work later?
Well, my phone was running out of battery. It was running on fumes.
Sounds like everything in your life is running on fumes. You, your car, your phone.
True, but I'm really impressed you compared me with a car earlier. If I were a car, I'd probably be a really expensive sports car.
Roy, if you were a car, you'd probably wouldn't even have 4 wheels. Bye.
Bye.
The English we speak.
From BBC Learning English.
Hello and welcome to the English we speak. I'm Fei.
And I'm Neil.
Hey Neil, would you like to try one of my homemade cookies?
Well, we shouldn't really eat while we're presenting, but go on then.
I made them last night and I thought I'd try them out on you. You've got a sweet tooth, so I know you can't resist.
Oh, okay then.
Well, what do you think?
Well, they're okay. Perhaps not the best I've ever had.
Oh, so you think my cooking isn't great?
Let's say it's something to chew on.
Right. So you're saying my homemade cookies are chewy?
No, I'm not. In fact, they're crunchy. But when someone says they need to chew on something, it's an informal way to say they need to think about it before making a decision.
Well, Neil, I'll chew on a response to your insult about my cooking while we hear some examples.
Our extension plans are great, but we need to chew on it before we give them the go-ahead.
It's very expensive to fly to Australia for a holiday. Let's chew on it, shall we?
My boyfriend asked me to marry him, and I said I'd chew on it. He didn't seem that pleased.
This is the English we speak, and Neil has been using the expression to chew on something or something to chew on, which means to think about something before making a decision. And Neil, I've made a decision about what to say to you.
Oh, yeah?
If you don't like my cooking, I will not be inviting you to my dinner party tonight.
Oh, Fei. Oh well, at least I'll avoid your cooking.
I'm not cooking. We're getting a takeaway curry and lots of wine. I suppose you could come if you pay for the takeaway.
Now, that's something I don't need to chew on. The answer's no. I'll stay at home and bake my own cookies. See ya.
Bye.
The English we speak.
From the BBC.